So guys, the Guyanese Critic is coming to you once again from the city of Santo Domingo. Santo Domingo. And we're heading to the international airport here, and I just decided to give you guys a little, look at the city here. Maybe share some of my experiences. This live is powered by TBN and narrated by the critic. So most people know this country as DR. I hear President Ali constantly referring to it as the DR. And you see, the traffic is a little more hectic than Guyana, but because of the discipline of the citizens of this country, if you look at the persons who ride in motorcycles, they're all wearing helmets, right? But this is the upper end of the city. This is the center of the city, right? This is the city center. I think this is the Intercontinental Hotel. Yeah, that's the Intercontinental there. And some of the delegation was staying there. But there's a lot to see in this country. And there's a lot I have learned in, what I've seen. The thing is, you're going to have different perspectives. So you got to develop a developed, to some extent, a developed nation. And that is what you're seeing here. You're seeing high-rise buildings. You see a lot going on. Hospitals, and you got everything that in Guyana we would dream about having or suggest that is needed and should be done. But then again, you got shortcomings that we're going to come up on that, and you're going to see certain parts of the society that is poor. And I consistently say poverty is a mentality, and you see consistently the action of some Guyanese, and no matter what you do, you can't take them out of the situation or circumstances they're in. Nonetheless, the present administration, with the stewardship of the president, under the stewardship of the president, seeks to, I'm there, I'm in the background, I'm seeing what's going on. The president chose to come here, and a number of MOUs were signed. And what is it about? It's all in the interest of developing Guyana, developing better relationships with different countries to develop Guyana. Now the thing is, it's not a one-off situation. The president is just back from China, where again the interest was developing Guyana. Now we have an opportunity. We've got a unique opportunity in Guyana because of the fact, we have found another resource. And I say another resource, and that is a resource that that fuels the world, crude oil. And everybody wants to be your friend. The past administration failed to capitalize on the fact that people are going to want to come, people are going to want to access your resource, because it is the fuel of the world. So President Ali, whatever vision he has, is going across the world. And when I say across the world, he's just from China. Myself was on a trip with the Vice President to India, where Vice President again led a delegation of business people to India. A number of different issues were discussed. Areas of agriculture were explored, and every time the government goes to a different location, they bring back something. Even this morning, MOUs were signed. Yesterday, MOUs were signed. And President Ali is basically going across the world and forging relationships. Now imagine coming here, and I can tell you, the world is seriously interested in forging a relationship with Guyana. Why? They know what we have. What would we need? Look at this place. Look at the infrastructure. Look at the buildings. They got everything, a country could dream of, or you would assume that. But what really runs the world? People have to be looking for different venues. You got to plan ahead. You can't just wake up like Glenn Lyle said and share all the money and give everybody, and there's no plan for tomorrow. And this is what these countries are doing. Look at, the mega cars 5 and 10 stories up in the air. Look at the infrastructure here. This is how much people are on? About 10 million? There's a country of about 10 million people. Now you're going through an area, by the way, on this same land mass, it's one island, and another part of this island is basically a natural disaster. It's called Haiti. Very, very unfortunate circumstances that human beings live under. And this all has to do with, the poor management of everything that has to do with that country. Only recently they had somewhat of a coup where the president was brutally murdered, his wife was seriously injured. And these people continue to fight. They fight among themselves. They face a number of hardships, earthquakes, and they're plagued by hardships. And on the same landmass, you're seeing all of this beautiful environment on the same landmass. It's just separated by a border line. It's not separated by a river. They can't cross a river, nothing. You can just walk across a border. So you could imagine Haiti would have access to a lot of the resources. This country doesn't have the amount of natural resources that Guyana has, but they have developed their brand. They have developed skills specifically in certain fields. That is why President Ali is here and the delegation is here. They got an international port facility. We don't have an international a port that could consider to be of international standards. We're now going to build that. They have made strides in agriculture, in agro-processing, in technology that supports efficient and effective agriculture. So again, those are things we can capitalize on. President Ali made the point that how, and try to show how Guyana could, or why the people from the DR should come to do business in Guyana, because Guyana could open up South America with the new road heading to Brazil, possibly the deep water port in Berbice. DR being a major manufacturing hub now opens up to millions of customers and clients, right? So when you're looking at all of this, how can you capitalize on this? Because the world is going to capitalize on us. Some agreements as it relates to, if we were to have a refinery in Guyana, who's going to buy it? If it's to be feasible, who's going to buy our fuel? Those are the kind of things you got to look at. And as you drive down the road, you see what's going on here. This is a a society that's been around for 500 odd years. You look at the infrastructure, you look at the development, and just on your part, you're seeing all these nice things, then you come and you're going to realize that there are places that are underdeveloped. And is it as a result of the inability, the lack of resource to develop the place, or the unwillingness of the people to develop themselves? Because look at it like Regent Street in Georgetown. How can you develop Regent Street? How can Regent Street be developed? When people don't want to move on the pavement, can you make the environment nicer? Can it be anything more than a few pallets and boxes? There's no space there to do anything. And if you come and say, listen to me, let's clean up the city. And when I'm looking at this, and when I'm looking at where Guyana is going, and when I'm looking at what development looks like or should look like in the future, I'm seeing Georgetown being referred to as the old city. The new Silica City will be the city of the future. You understand? And it's just the less fortunate girl left in Guyana, because who wants to walk on paves or walk in the road when they got paves? People selling on the paves. Look at all of this. Soon you'll be seeing this in Guyana, because this is what the Demerara Harbor Bridge is going to be like too, just a little bit longer. This is where we're going. I can't say that it will be the same for all Guyanese. I can tell you that, because of the mindset. A lot of people just want, because you could give people a built home and they would prefer to live on the front road. They would prefer to live in a squatting area because they're closer to the city. A lot of times it is the lack of the willingness of the people. And what is more dire, what is even a more dire situation in Guyana, is that the people just don't act alone. They have their leaders supporting them down the wrong direction. That is what our problem is. We came through this one underground tunnel. Wow. Open loose signaling. Damn. What's going on the river? I've been in some tunnels in the UK, went under the river. Nah, ain't going on in the river. Just see some vent fans there. Still see his sun. Yeah. So those are some of the things you have to look at. You got to look at what are the sacrifices we're willing to make as a nation for development. Or are we going to just sit back and expect everything, as Glenn Lal says, expect everything to happen for us? What are the sacrifices you're willing to make? Somebody's got to move. Somebody's got to give. Everybody who has something would have put some effort into it, into working. A lot of people don't be fetching a basket on the head, but they sit down, they study. Doctors, lawyers, and everybody else have to study. Professionals have to study. Nobody gets, some people are smart about how they do things, but nothing comes easy in life. And, what are we as Guyanese willing to do? Yesterday I took you to some old forts and some parts of the old city in Santo Domingo, and you realize this has been a long standing culture. You realize these people have had many of experiences, and when you go just now, you can pass through the ghetto area, you're going to realize, well, they have poverty here like in the world. And only yesterday, I'm telling you, New York City has more homeless people than the population of Guyana. So when people would want to suggest, Guyana, they're in such a dire situation and things are so bad with us, it is as a result of our own circumstances. And what is more worrying is the fact that they are leaders that don't guide people necessarily guide their people in the right direction. They try to create circumstances to suggest that, continually I see that. It's not to say it is a situation and leaders are forged out of this hardship. Constantly leaders are telling people, oh, this is your problem. Can the people identify what their own problems are and tell the leaders, well, I want you to do this for me. I want you to echo these sentiments. Nobody asks these leaders, when you look at our opposition and how they operate, nobody asks, oh, people are suffering, oh, this is that. Where can you just give me a few instances? Because all over the world people are suffering. But if you're there home and you ain't got a job and you ain't going out and look for a job, will you thought what happened, buddy? If you got money and when you in service your wife another man come a service for you, will you expect it happening in your life? Can't they eat your dinner? That's the reality of the world. We're the only set of people ain't want to do nothing and get everything. And you got people like Glenn Lal will tell you, yes, it's possible. It's not possible. Countries with the highest GDP who ain't go and look for it don't get nothing. They got look, this is a place, skyscrapers, how much cars. But you got banner running motorbike. You got banner driving old car. I jumped in a taxi yesterday with an old car. The man taxi last night. The man got a screwdriver holding up your window. His foot broke. He moved with a walking stick. What's your man? A junkie. He's junkie with the pram, just like in Guyana. But it's obvious that these people are a product of their own mind. You got some people got mental health issues. You got some people got addiction issues. You got some people as a result of bad relationship and whatever circumstance they would have, fall on hardships. You got some people get robbed. All right. We understand that. We can forgive them. We gotta get good healthcare system in Guyana. You understand? We gotta get things we're gonna take care of the people. For the most part, we gotta look out for those who can't look out for themselves. I understand, just like how we looking out for children. But once you got health and strength, buddy, you gotta go there and look for it. How many people can say, like everybody hearing, the opposition, oh, black contractors ain't getting work. I never see a black contractor come say, I ain't getting work. Opposition, no, black contractors ain't getting work. All the black contractors, when they make the money, them get silent, dead. Most black contractors dumb. I kid you not, because I never hear the talk. You understand? Right away. Yeah, they going, I doing my work in the morning, and I come around by Marriott, and I saw the people driving going into the shore-based thing, and then I realized a lot of most the people who working with the shore-based and in the sectors is black professionals. Because blacks are more driven to following up in a profession and taking in the education and all them things. There's like a gold standard by blacks. Indians would choose business, farming. They got so much different sectors they go in. Blacks from way back have always been prone to, well, yes, education is gold and this and that. So when the island gas, since the island gas things start up, you realize they were better positioned because they got the experience. Every day you hear people crying, and I'm here, I'm showing you guys the world. You're seeing the world. Look, we're driving, the world is moving. take you guys to India, carry you guys to the UK. The world is moving. Guyana is moving. Roads are being built. Now, you imagine, only recently I was talking to Dr. David Hines, and I said, you totally miss the infrastructure, the development in our country. He said, people go eat road. When you come to a civilized, developed nation, you realize the importance of the road because everybody's going somewhere. That is how you move things. People need to constantly move from the city center. Right? People are constantly moving from the city center to the outskirts. Because the city center got the financial operations and so going on. The outskirts would have manufacturing and these kind of things. And people need to be moved constantly. How are we going to do that? You see it's happening. This is what's going to be happening in Guyana. You're going to be able to work in Georgetown and live on the Linden Highway and come to work, you know, maybe in an hour. This is what's going to happen. This is what development looks like. I'm going to do a video a little later down. We're supposed to be going to the area that the central tourism area in DR. It's called Punta Cana. I'm hoping I could do a video for you there. Even the business people, every time you meet a businessman with money. I got a big man friend. If you see thing where he got in here, man, when they got thing the duty every vehicle, like is not enough. He life whole, but by smart, he got everything. Fat is something property. They're all over the world. I mean, you meet a bit. Oh God, I may get duty free. Yeah, that's how make a thing. He's studying a 3 million, or 4 million, or $10 million duty on a fancy vehicle we want. When the white man coming in and making billions of dollars, he's studying millions of Guyana dollar when we should study millions of US dollar. That 1 million is 200 to 1. Before he studied for make a million. Yeah, so he's studying the smaller thing. If he could get discount. Them is the same banner was going in, one drink Black Label and pushing a bottle of Black Label in the crotch. You want to know if it's goodie they got. Use that for them thing? You don't have them thing now. Put rum in bag and thing and gone in the cricket. No. You don't, why? Why them there? But he say you don't have them thing now. Exactly. You don't push nothing in the crotch. And the other one, he's a government man. He don't drink.
Buy champagne, man.
You understand? No, but serious, on a serious note, we got up we game. No, but y'all know that. Y'all know that. You go out and people check in, bill fine. Who are this and who are the. Certain things gotta be left behind. You gotta get a better class in what you're doing and how you're doing it. You imagine going in. I roll with some people. You imagine going in a place like Dior. Is Dior the place name? Them high-end place, right? Or Dior. What the place name in England? I went there with a toothbrush itself for 10,000 and so. The banner with the screwing Prince Diana father man own a place in England. One of the most Harrods. You understand? And then banner asking people if you buy 2 if you get discount. You don't ask this low life thing, man. You don't go into Harrods and ask if you get discount. You go in a place for selling toothbrush for 10,000 pounds. Them man brushing the teeth with you care. You understand? Where's this one program? Where she been or where she going? Yeah. In the distance we've seen these ports like this. Beautiful blue waters. Yeah, a little sun. Yeah. Right? When we go up we game. You can't live the life before the time. Like me still there with me rubber dinky them and some wear my little rubber slippers so while them buy their shot. And them got them fancy pin and so. You understand? When me time come, me gonna dress up and so too. Me still a drive my Primo. When we land at the airport and them buying a Land Cruiser pull up for them guys ask me if there's me taxi. Because me I drive Primo and Alien like them thief man car. Right? No, it's serious. Yeah, I see here a slide for 100 pounds and all them thing. But this double decker, no? This double decker buses. No, you're laughing. This is not no laughing thing. This is serious thing, bano. This serious thing. Skinny y'all teeth. Everything is skin teeth for y'all in Guyana. That's here, beautiful scenery. Well, here I drive in. And I think Guyana is a weak bladder country. Because watch it, this is, you see anybody stop and pissing? When you driving down the road just from East Coast for come down the tongue, everybody stop and pissing like Guyana got a weak bladder problem. It's no way thinking about it. It's not for say I don't be pissing too, but I watching I driving a long highway. Me and see nobody stopping and pissing. Or the man is pissing battle in the car. You understand? No, I just telling you, it's just an observation of mine, you understand? Is what going on here? Is what really going on here? Oh, there's road Pampers. Oh, there's a civilized society by. Yes. Big man with Pampers, yeah. That's a good eye for truth. That explains it all. It's not hot enough. Are you these mad? You're not hot enough. Everywhere they go there, everywhere somebody pissing. Everywhere, every minute. Yeah, I gotta come here, buddy. I think we gotta start deporting and exporting Guyanese. Like this, we should bring the opposition leader, only meet some people, see how people act, see how culture works. You understand? When you're dying like Bam Bam Ali all the time, right? It could be frustrating. I think it's frustrating. Right. Everywhere you got the little poor thing. You got a little flat building here. You understand? You're going lower and lower. Just when you reach a spot where it's bare on the streets today. Where we left is 15 and 25 stories here. And this area, them man struggling for go up 2 stories. You understand? But still things gotta happen. You think this country is without problems? Me even know the problem because me even understand what they're talking. When you come Guyana, the opposition leader running for complaint. You understand? I is the molested child, they beat me, they lash me. They bust my head. 47 man, we want to see more of this, we want to see more of that. You understand? Tell the people straight up, me and them people just not agree. We want power, we hungry for money. You understand? We know for manage nothing. You tell the people them straight up. Oh, racism, oh, this, oh, that. You imagine you tell the white man about racism? He's the creation of it. Yeah, sir. Imagine you tell the white man there's racism. And you watch it all in the country that we black. The mad stupidness. We gotta walk out, iron out we differences. Yeah, sir. Where this one going? Everywhere here somebody going in some hole, man. Yeah, we got iron out we differences. As Guyanese, you can't have foreigners coming. You think they're interested in solving problems? You ever see the American and Chinese really going to generally solve internal problems? And even if they had a willingness, they could only come as, you know, to help us negotiate and as a kind of moderator. Is moderator, facilitator? What's the people who's facilitator negotiation? Huh? Mediator. They could only come and mediate. They may not understand who's you. Probably you believe the Americans understand the PNC. They know the PNC, but try to understand them would make you run mad. Just try to process what is be talking or what is be thinking would make anybody run mad. So again, for those of you who've just tuned into this tour through the city of Santo Domingo and surrounding areas, we're heading to the international airport. I'm hoping to bring another live from Punta Cana where we'll get an idea of DR's tourism sector. But as you see, the infrastructure in this country, like that of which Guyana is heading in the direction to have highways all the way from Skeldon to Brazil, highways on the west coast, the West Demerara, with the intention of bringing Guyanese of all walks of life and moving them across areas. There's a toll gate. Wow. I went through some toll gates in India. They got 25 toll stations across. 4 toll stations. I think we go through 6 toll stations on one highway alone. So guys, I'm hoping we could work together. You know, in my case, my intention is just to ensure there's transparency. That's why we keep the live videos going. I promise to do more. You know, last night just being around and seeing President Ali in action and how he's promoting Guyana. I know there's a lot of good things for Guyana. What you guys have to do is make sure you capitalize on those opportunities that are being presented. You know, I myself have to do more. I am, although I'm critiquing on others' actions, a lot of the times, I too am not without fault. I too, you know, have to come out. Like, look, and I got the photos to prove it. Yesterday, President Ali, last night at the dinner, President Ali chose to introduce the DR president to all the Guyanese. And I'm looking, and he wasn't like, oh, this one is black and this one is Indian and this one is red. He took the president of the DR and introduced him to all the Guyanese, one by one, and said, this is this man, this is what business he doing, this, that. And I'm asking myself, how can the president know what everybody is doing? How does he keep in check with that? You understand? And I choose, he got a photographer and he taking out the pictures, but I choose specifically because that's why I'm watching it. I watching at how he's treating everybody. I watch at his movement. Like we go through the ghetto. We partially get to this, huh? Yeah. There's some serious thinking place, but we partially get to this. Is the international airport here. Yeah. And President Ali, you know, just was in his element. It's like if he was born to be president. You know, when you look at some people, they got this scorn, this disdain, like they're frustrated in the job. President Ali was basically in his element. Whereas he really showed that he loved doing what he was doing. He wasn't I get frustrated. I would get frustrated telling 100 and something people the same thing. Oh, this is this man. Oh, this dumb man. This man doing that. Me never tell them think the pattern. So yeah, I got thankful that I got President Ali for do that for you. As not only the president for Guyana, but a president that operates in such a diplomat. Like he's the diplomat. He is the ambassador going around and promoting. Not just leaving it up to the ambassadors, but going around and promoting Guyana. Going around with the business people. Like literally holding a hand and make sure that we'll hear this is where opportunity is there. This is the constantly. All the time. He set the bar so high, the standard so high. Hello? Hello? So guys, I'll take my leave. Hopefully I'll be coming back to you live from Punta Cana. I'm studying if we should get some we should get President Ali to say a few words before we So let me see what's going on first, and I'm gonna come back to you guys. I don't know the security situation here, so I'm gonna show you people in place. Some of you are just fast as far as I'm concerned. Nah, we got thank you. We gotta respect the people. Thank you. Find out if the president will give you an update. Or if not, later. So you're busy with the thing. The president busy with the thing. He's busy looking after the delegation, the people. Peter, come give me an update to what's going on. No, quick. Huh? Nobody want to talk like they want to eat, they're hungry. They're hungry. Then you watch their face, they're hungry for sure. Thanks, bro. Yeah. Hungry. So we going in the lounge before we go in the plane? So I'll get an update from the president a little later for you guys. And so see you soon from Punta Cana. Let's hold this way.